On the news at 1, President Tinubu directs security agencies to provide adequate security for personnel of TCN. FCT Minister flags off the upgrades of 18-kilometer road in Buari. And Nigerian Union of Journalists flag off rejuvenation campaign in Abuja. Hello and glad to have you join us on NTA Channel 5 Abuja News at 1. I am Blessing Mfulani. Remember to join our YouTube channel on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. We start by reporting to you that President Bola Tinubu has directed the security agencies to provide an immediate, adequate security cover for the personnel of the transmission company of Nigeria in order to restore power supply to the northern states currently experiencing power outage. Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu disclosed this after briefing President Tinubu on the power supply situation in the north. 17 states of the north are currently in blackout due to the vandalization of the Shiroro-Kaduna transmission line, a major line supplying power to the northern part of the country.
Sure of your safety in the area. Why it has escalated to this level is because we've not been able to guarantee security of lives of those that will work there. But Mr. President has assured me that he has also instructed the NSA, the Chief of Defense Staff, the Chief of Army Staff, and Chief of Air Staff to provide the required security for the people that will fix the demolished line.
The minister also speaks on reasons for insisting
like
collapse
you
of the national
security
grid
for the people that will
in
fix
some parts of the country.
The demolished line. The minister also speaks on reasons for insistent collapse of the national grid in some parts of the country. Moving on, the joy of the residents of Ishafa community in the Buari Area Council of the FCT and its environs knows no bounds with the flag off of the upgrading of the 18-kilometer War College Army checkpoint and other auxiliary roads. Onoze Akubu is standing by with the report.
Ushafa town is famous for pottery and other entrepreneurial businesses, but lacking a good road network. This flag off of 18-kilometer straight segment of road is a dream come true for the residents of Ushafa and environ.
This is the 8th flag off of road project in area councils under Satellite Towns Development Department since he took over the affairs of the FCT as the Honorable Minister.
I am from the APC, the only APC senator from Taraba State. But the Renew Hope agenda, this Honorable Minister is the symbol of Renew Hope agenda in this administration.
FCT Minister Yesen Wiki listed out numerous projects being executed across the 6 area councils with a plan to provide more infrastructure at the satellite towns in line with President Tinubu's directive.
This project is a testament to the fact that the FCT administration also focuses on the well-being of our rural communities.
This is just 1 year and some few months Mr. President has stayed in office. See what he has done in terms of infrastructure in the area council. Can you say when he stays 4 years, what will happen in the area council? My dear good people, are you not happy? The Shafa people, are you not happy? Is it not what you want?
Appeal to the residents to pay their ground rent to fast-track development of the capital city. Onoze Yakubu, NTA News.
And now to education. To promote public education, improvement, access and quality, as well as unity and peace. Head of Civil Service of the Federation, DD Esther Wilson-Jack, expressed this in a keynote message at the 43rd Annual General Meeting of the Unity Schools Old Students Association in Abuja. Onoti Yakubu reports.
For decades, Unity Schools served as a solid foundation to institutionalize the process of educating and indoctrinating generations as global citizens and servants of humanity. Last, by rekindling old ones through revamping targets to harness indoctrination and networking a pattern for future aspirations.
Issues around unity, issues around peace, issues around nation building, but very importantly, issues around the learning economy, the secondary schools in Nigeria, public schools.
Which, especially in the last 4 years, we've recognized that, and rather than just talking from the outside, we are having reasonable partnership with government to drive policy changes. So it's not just sitting on the outside, we're actually involved. I mean, we have a desk with the Ministry of Education where together we can solve this problem.
With the theme of the AGM, Education and National Unity, our shared responsibility, the head of service envisions unity in purpose to turn around the hopes and fortunes of education through networking and outreaches as catalyst for enhanced support to institutions of learning.
The federal government is actually doing a lot to bring these unity colleges back to what they used to be. So they're looking at the infrastructure, they're looking at the curricula, they're looking at the teachers, they are training the teachers. They're looking at so many things that would actually revamp the unity colleges. And I must commend the federal government for what they are doing.
Initiated 17 years ago, Unity Schools Old Students Association looks to nurture young aspirations through promotion of public education, discipline, and diligence for excellence. Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
It has become imperative for individual and collective efforts towards the better nation. PTA Chairman Zeba bin Thabit School, Katampe, Abuja, Abubakar Yahya reiterated this at the school's 2024-2025 Quranic graduation ceremony, as well as speech and prize-giving day. Hawajimba reports that imparting attitudinal change, positive virtues, and good leadership qualities formed highlights of the school's curriculum using Islamic education.
Gifts to the graduating students and those who have excelled in Quranic recitation served as a motivation.
Of education in Islam, the first command that comes from Allah is to read. We all know Iqra means to read. That is the highest you can give to your children, and we value that.
But through learning the Quran, which if parents endeavor and endure and make effort to take their children to those who know the Quran, and especially schools that are teaching the Quran, their morals are going to be upright.
In his opening remark, head of school Ibrahim Abdullahi emphasized the significance of Islamic education in instilling values such as compassion, honesty, and respect for others is key. While appreciating parents for their support, he urged parents and guardians to continue supporting Islamic education, which he described as a vital component of a child's overall development.
The aspect I'm looking at presently, which I would like parents to take into consideration, is that some of the parents or most of the parents will be coming to say they are looking for somebody to be coming to their houses to be coaching their children rather than bringing them to school. I would advise parents that a lesson is different from school.
Some of the graduating pupils and students say this is another development in their life.
It's an amazing achievement to have in your culture, and alhamdulillah for everything.
I finished reciting it and I feel very happy that I was able to finish reciting the Quran because I'm the oldest in my family and I want to set an example for my younger siblings.
Islamic teaching at the foundation, the grass level is what we need to give to our children.
In this case, it's a collective effort. It's a culmination of the resilience of the students,
the commitment of the parents and upholding the mandate by the teachers.
The Quranic graduation ceremony is an annual event that marks the completion of Quranic studies by students. It is a significant milestone in the lives of the students who have demonstrated their commitment to learning and reciting the Holy Quran. Hawagimba, NTA News.
Away from education now, the National Treasurer, Nigerian Union of Journalists, and presidential aspirant Dele Atumbi has flagged off the NUJ rejuvenation campaign in Abuja, the nation's capital. Kama reports that the campaign attracted support from both the Nigerian Association of Women Journalists, NAWAJ, and members of the FCT Council who were in attendance.
Dele Atobi, National Treasurer of the Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ), launched his presidential bid at the NUJ Council Secretariat in Otako District, Abuja. Described as a man on a mission to elevate the union, Atobi received the council's endorsement.
His coming out today is not new to us at all, because we know that he has garnered a lot of experience, he has made a lot of contacts, and he has the wherewithal to stand anywhere, not just in Nigeria, in the world, to represent us. So we will be the proudest people as NTA family to have Dele Atumbi represent us at the echelon.
He is a leader, a great leader. He has led, we can attest to his leadership qualities. And at this point, we are saying that we have tested and proven Dele to be that one candidate that can deliver.
It's simple. You follow a man who knows where he's going. That is what you should do. Follow a man who knows where he's going. I expect nothing less than excellence and performance. You have heard from him what he did at council level, at chapel level, at council level. Today he is national treasurer.
A seasoned broadcaster, Atobi outlined his past contributions and pledged to achieve even more. An indigene of Ondo State who has headed the state council twice, he aims to take the NUJ to the next level.
By virtue of Section 22 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we are expected to be the bridge between the government and the governed. And that is what we would do in the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians, in the interest of journalists and the interest of journalism practice in Nigeria.
Atobi promised members honesty, transparency, and accountability following his competence-proven performance if voted as president. The rejuvenation campaign is said will be replicated in the 6 geopolitical zones of the Federation to rally support for the forthcoming NUJ national election in Abuja. Kama, NTA News.
And now voter turnout has been declining in Nigeria since the return of democracy, a situation many stakeholders are raising concerns, including the Center for Media Policy and Accountability. Stacey Omeri reports that the center in a roundtable session is discussing on how to propose solution to voter apathy.
Voter apathy has always affected the vitality of democracy, as low turnout of voters is usually associated with mistrust of the political process. This roundtable of stakeholders intend to look into the issues with the aim of addressing them before the next general elections.
There are people who are supposed to be, they are educated, they are citizens, they are conscious, but they cannot vote for a number of reasons.
They highlighted issues like number of registered voters always higher than number of actual voters, structural violence, some electoral laws that needs reviews, among others.
Certain steps in terms of institutional measures, particularly measures that can be taken by INEC, by the political parties, and other relevant institutions.
Billions of naira in elections, and then the voter turnout is dwindling, then you need to be worried. But as I've said at this roundtable, we need to alter our laws to have a more inclusive process.
The Executive Director, Center for Media Policy and Accountability, Dr. Suleiman, says they will interface with the INEC and other critical stakeholders on the outcome of this discussion so that together they can make democracy interesting for Nigerians.
The issues that have come up is that INEC needs to improve ways in which Nigerians can vote easily. For example, early voting systems, or at least increase the amount of time that voting can happen. We, particularly at the Center for Media Policy and Accountability, what we aim to do is we'll put together all of the ideas and all of the policy suggestions that have been made, and we will engage with INEC directly to say, okay, we held this meeting and these are what people are thinking, because it is just not right that out of 87 million Nigerians who collected their PVC in 2023, only about 28 to 30 million voted during the election. Where are the remaining 60 million Nigerians?
They say the time to act is now, looking at the last general elections where a country of over 200 million people had only 86 million as registered voters, out of which only 28 to 30 million voted in 2023. A clear indication of low turnout of voters, hence the need to encourage voting for democracy to thrive. In Abuja, Tessie Omeri, NTA News.
You're still watching the 1 p.m. news on NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And still to come on the news. Okapi Children Cancer Foundation awards good-spirited individuals and organizations for supporting the fight against cancer. This and more after the break.
Good evening, glad to have you join us.
Thanks for joining us on Weekly News Wrap.
Thank you very much for having me. And it is on that note we welcome you to today's edition of the program.
I will celebrate creativity, lasting impressions.
There's no book stating that this is the role for men.
On the news.
On the news at 7.
The Native Station, NTA Channel 5, Abuja. Would say have a lovely day.
Many thanks for staying tuned. And now to health. As the world celebrates World Polio Day, beneficiaries of free polio vaccination in the FCT have commended the efforts of Sir Emeka Ofo Foundation in eradicating the spread of the disease in Nigeria. Francis Kabile gathered that over 20 children from 0 to 5 years benefited from the symbolic immunization exercise. The report.
Experts maintain that polio remains a highly viral infectious disease, mainly affecting children under 5. The virus is spread from person to person through the fecal-oral pathway. With much collaborative efforts, Nigeria was declared wild poliovirus-free by World Health Organization in 2020. However, in 2022, the endemic wild poliovirus type 1 remains in 2 countries, Pakistan and Afghanistan. It is for this reason that Rotary International Ambassador to Nigeria, Sir Emeka Ofo, carried out a symbolic polio immunization for children in Abuja.
We shouldn't take for granted that Nigeria has been cleared of wild polio virus and then therefore go to sleep. This polio virus, this virus is traveled with human beings. And the reason today, we're dedicating today as World Polio Day to make sure that we continue to tell the people that we are not done yet. Until the polio virus is out of this world, we will not rest.
We are also intensifying our efforts to vaccinate Nigeria's children. Very soon, 20 states in the initial stage will have a massive campaign where children will be reached with life-saving vaccines. The miracle of vaccines, I think, is real. And these are safe vaccines, they are efficacious vaccines, and they will allow us to have a very strong population that will drive the prosperity that is in the future of our country.
There should be some form of sanction against parents who, for whatever reason, that religious reason or social reason, or other than reason of poverty and access, because those are two other separate issues.
The government should make it mandatory, not only make it mandatory, there should be some form of sanction about it.
Beneficiaries of the free polio vaccination by Sir Emeka Offor Foundation showered encomium on the philanthropist for his efforts in eradicating the virus.
I observe in my area that when all this kind of vaccine come, mothers will keep on hiding their children. So I want to encourage all mothers that they should come out and give their children the vaccine. It's very good for them.
It's a vaccine. So we are very happy about that.
The respondents are appealing to the government and other good-spirited individuals to emulate such kind gesture to avoid the reoccurrence of poliovirus in Nigeria. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
The fight against cancer, particularly in children, is yielding results with more than 20% survival rate achieved through constant donations and support from good-spirited individuals, organizations, and groups. The Okapi Children Cancer Foundation are the forefront of this fight while taking stock of successes recorded over the years, donated cash to hospitals in the FCT to support childhood cancer patients and honored partners in commemoration of 2024 Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. Cecilia Julius reports.
Managing cancer is not really, is very costly and very expensive. Both time, money-wise, and everything. If a child is affected with cancer, it's not only that child that is affected, but all other members of the family are also affected.
On discovery that she is having cancer of the stomach, so as a father, I have to start treating her. So we treated her to the extent that my morning got finished. Then at the time we were discharged without further treatment because I was no longer having money.
Idris and Hope Toby, it's a success story as survivors of childhood cancer, despite enduring the pain and rigors associated with cancer treatment. Their stories is a gleam of hope made possible through the support and intervention of the Okapi Children Cancer Foundation when they needed help the most.
We have seen significant progress from when we started. We had a survival rate of about 20% at the time we started, but I can tell you that today we have a survival rate of at least 50% in most of the hospitals. We intend to look for ways of improving these outcomes by increasing our efforts at community awareness at the grassroots level.
For those who have been treated for leukemia, for instance, in amongst the hospitals, there has been a 50% survival rate increase. Whereas those who have been treated for retinoblastoma, about 57% of them have recorded, successes. So that shows that our contribution has actually led to the reduction in morbidity and mortality for children being treated for cancer in FCT.
Been a consistent partner with our hospital. Every year we get this money that is raised, like they've given us again, and it has actually increased from the first time they came to our hospital. And apart from the money, they also come and bring gifts and have parties, not only with the cancer patients, but they include all the other patients, all the other pediatric patients in the hospital. So I think it is a great thing.
Celebrating their contributions to fighting childhood cancer for over 5 years through award presentations to deserving members and donation to 3 hospitals in the FCT, call for more support to touching lives. In Abuja, Cecilia Julius, NTA News.
It's sports time. Now the AMAC chairman, Christopher Zakamaikalongu, says he will continue to create platforms and opportunities for youth in the council to express their talents while empowering them. He settled this during the semi-final match between Gariki and Nyanya Wards in the Mekalongu Football Cup Challenge at the Afo Resettlement Field. Francis Kabile has the details.
12 teams representing the 12 political wards of the Abuja Municipal Area Council participated in the 2024 Mekalongu Cup tournament. The competition, which was fully supported by the AMAC chairman, is in its final stage, where Wuse Ward will face Nyanya Ward in the finals.
A go-go. It's a wonderful opportunity for them to actually showcase their talent.
A wonderful one, guys. I'm very happy to be given that opportunity. This is what we have been looking for so long.
In the semi-finals, Nyanya Ward defeated Gariki Ward on penalties. After a 1-1 draw, organizers and participants described the platform as a unique privilege to support the youths, especially in sports, while taking their minds off crimes.
I'm engaging them so that we can see the potentials in them. And earlier I've told them that it's not just the game you are seeing. Some of them will be picked and will be transferred to another way of life. And I have something special for the winner, the second runner and the third.
It's a success. It's not just for somebody being discovered here. That's just the main aim of this very competition. No, but the unity that football brings.
So he's trying to promote the league, because before we have inter-area council.
The grassroots championship, organizers say, will be sustained in view of its acceptance and a way to discover and nurture talents. In Abuja, Francis Kabile, NTA News.
And that ends it on the 1 p.m. news. Many thanks for watching, and do join us again by 7 p.m. for more news. Good afternoon.